Hello, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're okay. Hope you're enjoying. Some of us have had nice weather today, some of us haven't. Let us know where you are and what the weather's like. This evening, it's going to be your show. We're going to let you lead it. So any subject you want to talk about, just post in the comments. Also, if you want to join on to Zoom, and be more interactive with us, follow the link that Richard will put in the chat for you, and you are welcome to come and join myself and Christine on the show. And we're going to be doing some readings later on, so if you want a reading, stick around for that as well. So it should be an interesting show today. Talk about anything and everything, the kind of show I like.
Yeah,
How are you, Christine? Are you all right?
I'm all right. I say to Richard just now, it's a weird day here in Surrey, I must say. One minute the sun was out and it's quite warm, then it came over really cloudy but still warm. And I thought, it's very grey outside. Went to shut my back door and I realised it'd been raining. So
yeah, we've just had a big rainstorm here in South Yorkshire.
it's not, I think it's still raining now. You can see it is.
It is. So let's see who we've got on and say a few hellos and then we'll crack on. Is there anybody out
Nobody
there?
Nobody loves
Everybody's having their tea. Hi, Tonya. Hope you're well.
Any messages?
Hello, Caroline on Facebook from Dagenham. What's the weather like in Dagenham? Elizabeth Jones on Facebook. Hello, my darling, from South Wales. Oh, Paul Bain from Edinburgh, watching on Facebook. How are you? Mariana, hi, my darling. How are you? Watching on Facebook. And we have Kim Turner on YouTube saying
hi,
hello.
Kim. Hi, Melissa. Hope you're well from YouTube.
Oh, look at that dog. That's so
we both got the same thing.
Hi, Mark, watching on Facebook. That is a lovely picture, that.
Yeah.
That's my tip. Sharon, not far from me, Sharon. Hope you're well. Hope it's a bit better weather in Nottingham. I'm on the Nottinghamshire border, so I'm not far from you. 20 minutes away from Robin Hood.
Sorry.
Okay, Christine singing the Robin Hood tune there.
Yeah, I was.
Hello. Oh, he's from London. Mark's from London.
London. Ah.
One.
Big place.
Yes. Weather's not too good down there at the moment either, from what I've heard.
No, it's not in Surrey anyway.
Cast all day down there.
But Richard has sunshine.
Yeah, where's it? Send us some of that sunshine, Richard. Send us some of that sunshine.
You got to share.
Selfish. Oh, foreigner. Calling us northerners foreigners, but I don't class myself as a northerner, so there you go.
On.
Oh, Deb
Clark. Oh, look, there's Deb. Hi, Debbie. Deb's rather. Deb's could come on and tell us a few things.
Yeah, jump on, Debs. Come and join in the conversation. Hi, Jade. Hope you're well.
Crow, where's that?
I have no idea.
No. Hi, Sandy from Facebook. Grateful for a card on the attraction I'm feeling between this man from another department at work.
Oh, hi, Sandy. Well, sounds like you've got a lot going on, my darling. We will be doing some readings later, but we're going to have a bit of a conversation first. So anything you want to talk about, but the first thing I want to touch on today. Hi, Alison. Hope you're well, my darling. Good evening to everybody that's joined. I hope you're all well. We can't say hello to everybody, otherwise we'll be here all night. So hello, and thank you for joining us and supporting sptv. It is very much appreciated. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight is I want to give a shout out because this month is Gay Pride Month. So I would like to hear from our viewers, from yourselves, what does Gay Pride mean to you? What does love mean to you? And if anybody wants to come on and share their story, as
Anything, Deb.
they
Deb said
sorry,
about what? Deb said about what?
anything you want to, my darling, anything you
How
want
you
to.
started out and how you connect. Anything. Come and put your penny's worth in.
What do you think about philosophy and inspired writing or anything you want to talk about? Drop you in it. Bless her. Hi,
Oh,
Faye from Nova Scotia, Canada. So yeah, what does Gay Pride mean to you? What does love mean to you? Um,
hi, Melanie.
just to give it a bit of a shout out. We was going to have a guest on this evening, but unfortunately he's busy with his rainbow project, which is as far as I can work out, it's a project that Tony Swindles has set up, and it's kind of like a safe space for those that are going through gender changes and going through their questioning their sexual identity and all that kind of thing. So it's a really good thing. So unfortunately, you can't make it this evening. But yeah, be interested to know what our viewers think. My niece likes to go to gay pride marches. Yeah, not marches, parades, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I love about it? I love all the colours. I love all the
Right,
rainbow
rainbow
flags.
colours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. See, for me, it's about a celebration of coming out and not being, because it was illegal, wasn't it, up until a few years ago? It's
Yeah.
only recently it's been legalized.
Yeah.
And they used to treat people so bad as well and in some countries it's still a death sentence,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
which I think it's just crazy. I mean, for me, love is love and it doesn't matter where it comes from.
No.
As long as you're treated right and as long as you're respected, that's all that should matter.
One of my cousins is gay, and when I was younger, he used to have a horse. I used to go horse riding on his horse, and he was such a nice person. He really was. But he had to move away because he kept getting beaten up because of the fact of
Oh,
what he was and who he was. And I lost contact with him. But
it's horrible as
it's
well. It
horrible.
is
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
How can you judge somebody so badly for loving somebody?
Love to me means
Melissa,
yeah.
love to me means a unique and passionate bond between your partner. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
your go-to person, isn't it?
There's all sorts of love, isn't there? I mean, you can love your friends. I mean,
Yeah.
my good friend Carol, who's been a friend of me 40 years, I love her, but it's not the same love I would have for my boyfriend or anything like that, a partner. You know what I mean? It's a different love. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You love your
Yeah.
kids, but that's a bonding love.
Yeah, I'm talking more of relationship, romantic love with
Yeah,
the gay
yeah.
pride.
And I
Karen
think
says, love is not owning the other, but appreciating the other. I have lots of friends who are gay and trans and need more love in the world. Doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be
no,
romantic, but there
everybody can
definitely
send out
needs
love.
more love in the world. Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, now we got Richard
Yes.
singing love songs in his ear now. Are you serenading us, Richard? Oh. He's saying he's walking karaoke that always forgets the words.
Oh,
Bless.
yeah, it
That's
is.
a lovely wedding picture, by the way, Karen. I love that.
Yeah.
But yes, there's definitely more love needs to be in the world. But I love the colours. I love the way they do the faces up, the makeup,
Yeah.
and it's just when you see the phrase.
The word love.
Oh,
Yeah.
is the word love used too much? in that sense of the word, in like when you're referring to loving something or loving like your favorite foods and favorite drinks and stuff, I think it can be overused. But in terms of telling somebody you love them, I don't think you can ever have enough of telling somebody you love them, because you never know. You know, tomorrow's not guaranteed.
True.
Every night my daughter goes to bed, I say I love you. Every night, every morning before she goes to school, it's I love you, and she says it back as well.
Smother never ends a phone call or a video chat with me and without saying I love you, Mum.
Yeah, that's it. Even when she's phoning, if she's gone out and she's at the boyfriend's and she's phoning, she'll, even before she puts the phone down, she'll say, "Okay, love you."
Yeah.
Hi, Fidelma. That's an unusual name. Hello, my darling, watching on YouTube. I hope you're well. But yeah, it's Deb says it depends what generation you come from. Well,
That
this
is
is why
true.
I said if anybody wanted to come on and share their story, because not everyone has had the support when they've realized that they're either gay or bisexual or transgender or whatever it is. Not everybody has had that support, and again, like Deb says, it depends on the generation.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, is it easier now to come out than it was 10 years ago?
I
I'm
think
not
so.
sure it is.
Oh well, I think so because it's more knowledgeable now. I mean, like when I was younger, it probably wouldn't be either if you think about it, because people would have. I mean, people that in the army or professional people like footballers and that scared to come out. It wasn't
Yeah,
known. You know what I mean? It wasn't. But I think
it wasn't
everybody should have their own,
accepted.
no, everybody should have their own identity, no matter what you are or who you are.
That's it.
Be out there and be proud of yourself of what you are and who you are.
It's difficult though if you haven't got that support network around you.
That's true. If you've got no one supporting you, you need the support. You need a backbone to support you. But as you're saying, if you've got no one, then that's why my cousin had to move away.
Yeah.
Because of that. I mean, you know, oh, Calgary. Oh, good morning
Calgary,
from
Alberta,
Calgary.
Canada.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle. Yesterday's gone, today's here, and tomorrow's never promised. Don't put off what you can do or say to someone tomorrow. Say it today. Absolutely agree with that, Melissa.
I
This is
agree.
why every day, like I say, my daughter, when she goes to school, it's I love you. When she hangs up the phone, it's I love you. When she goes to bed, it's I love you. And it's not because I'm overusing the word. It's because, like you say, tomorrow is never promised. And
No.
if it's the last thing she hears, then I'll be a very happy bunny. Not touch wood that anything's going to happen to her, but you get my point.
Yeah, yeah.
Why put what? Oh, interesting viewpoint. Do you want to come on and say that?
Yeah, we can't repeat that.
Yeah. Richard's just come up with a counter argument. Ooh.
Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Hope you can hear me as well. I'm just reading off to your comments here, and Stace has mentioned it, and I hear this many times by other people as well. And Melissa has just mentioned, yesterday is gone, today is here, and tomorrow it was never promised. Tomorrow is promised. It's promised to everyone, to every living thing. The planet rotates, so it is promised, but it is not promised to every individual or every living thing. So there's a difference. There you go. That's it, really. That's all I said.
Oh, folks,
Interesting. Yeah, I would have got that so muddled up if I'd have tried to repeat that.
I wasn't going to try it.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. The world keeps turning, whether you're here or not, doesn't it? So I kind of get what you're saying. It's whether or not the individual sees it or is here to see it. Yeah, I get that. Interesting way of putting it.
It's like the expression, you can see, but you are blind. Because we can see beautiful things, but we cannot see beautiful things. We can love, we can embrace people, but that's a beautiful thing that we can have. And we have this love that we can feel, but we can't see it. So we are blind.
But you can see it. I'm going to counter argument that you can see love.
No,
see
you can
love in
only
many
see it if
forms.
if you hug people, tell someone you love them, but the feeling in your heart, you cannot
No,
see.
you can't see that. No.
Yeah.
Nobody
You
else
cannot
can
express to
feel.
people how you feel. You can say, I love you, but every love is different. Every emotion is different. If you've loved before, you'll love again. But that love is different. The love of your friendships, the love of your mum, love of your father are always different. They're never the same. So this
That
is why
is
I always
true.
say, if you've loved before, you will love again. I don't believe we are here. I hear so many mediums come up with the same routine. Are you here to learn? You're here to grow. And I disagree, because when we pass and we come back to the earth plane, we already know how to walk. We all know how to talk. We already know how to smell, eat, drink, shit, and all those things. But the thing is, one thing we will never learn until we experience it, and that's emotion. Every emotion is different. So I believe, this is my own personal opinion here, that yes, we're here to learn and we grow spiritually, emotionally, but every emotion is different. So why do we repeat ourselves with relationships? Why do people come and go within our lives? Because every emotion, and you have to feel that different emotion. How can you help
Every,
other people learning and grow if you're not learning that emotion yourself?
very true. And every relationship is different.
Yeah.
Lisa agrees. No one can see how you feel, love. No, that's
No one
very
knows.
true.
No
Hi,
one knows
Tina.
feel. I think what Richard means is
Yeah.
you experience love but not see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cindy says, hello, Richard. Hope you're well.
Hi, Cindy, sweetie. How you doing? Well, hi to everybody as well, Atla, Julie, and to Alison,
Alison
Michelle as well.
agrees with you as well. Wow.
Well,
Well, see,
Richard.
that brings us nicely on to the next subject, which is, well, kind of philosophical, but not. I show a lot of my emotions through my poetry, and a lot of people show love through writing or inspired writing or inspired to write. A lot of poetry comes from emotion. So, what do people think
All the
about
time.
poetry and inspired writing? Do you do inspired writing yourselves? Let us know. How easy is it for you to put your emotions down on paper? I
They
personally
all
feel,
agree with Richard at the moment.
yeah, they are all agreeing with
Yeah.
Richard at the
Yeah.
moment.
But it's right though.
In
I mean, but every love is different.
It is. Every relationship is different, even the romantic ones. Like Richard said, people come and go, but then why do people come and go?
Do
And
you
each
believe?
relationship that we're in gives us a different emotion to
Yeah.
have to
Oh, yeah.
engage with and navigate around, so to speak.
Do you believe if someone's never been shown love before, can accept it if someone does love them?
Difficult for them to accept it, but
But
then
everybody is shown love.
Yeah.
Everyone. It's how you
there
perceive it,
is,
how you
yeah,
receive
there
it, how
is,
you look at it.
yeah, there is love in many forms, and I think if you haven't been shown love, you're more inclined to give love because you've never been shown it. So you give love to try and get love back, if that makes sense. It's a little bit more complicated than that, obviously,
I know
but then we're
exactly what you're
going down.
saying. Yeah, I know what you're
Down the
saying.
psychology route there.
Yeah, I know
That's
what
where
you're
Terry
saying.
would come in, because
So,
Terry knows more about the psychology stuff than I do. Um,
so what would you do then if going on with your poems and inspired writing? Where does that come from? Is that from the heart?
yes, a lot of it, a lot of my early poem is from the heart, and a lot of I get inspired by a lot of things. I don't just get inspired by spirit. I get inspired by the environment around me, by the news stories on the TV, by social events. I call myself the social poet because a lot of my poetry is about me making sense of my emotions and how I deal with things. But then when I write it and other people read it, it's relatable to them. And people always say to me, well, how did you learn to write poetry? It's not something I learned, it's something that comes from here. And I think if you
Yeah.
write from the heart and you get inspired with the heart by the things that are surrounding you, then you can't go wrong with poetry.
So how
And
does
I'm
it
not
make you
talking
feel when you
about
write poetry then?
sometimes it's emotional. I mean, I've just done one, as you know, my partner's brother passed away. And I've just written one personal poem for him for his funeral. Um, and it can be emotional. Sometimes it's a way to get the emotions out. Sometimes it's a way for me to help myself understand the emotion. And then when I read it back, I think, oh Christ, how did I manage to write that? But then when I read it
So
back,
yet again,
it's like a healing process.
yeah, but there you go. That's love, isn't it? Love can heal.
Yeah,
Love can give you
yeah.
passion. Love
Oh,
can hurt. Can I just do a quick test on everybody?
Yeah, go on.
sure.
I've done this before. We've done it in Zoom before, Stace and Christine. So I want to do it
Yeah.
with the audience if I can. And you
Go on
can
then.
only give
Okay.
me one word back. Okay. So think about it. If I had the power, the ultimate power to take something away from you, doesn't matter what it is, something that you do not want, what would it be? Don't just answer, think about it. But it can only come back with one word. I may let you off with two words, but try and stick it to one if you can. That's to everybody.
That's a difficult one.
Mm.
What would I,
Look into your life, look into your heart. What would you like to take away?
pain.
Are you suffering? Right, okay, so you're sticking with pain. Okay.
Insecureness.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait for a few more answers. This is for everybody at home. So grief, doubt, worry, pain, guilt, work. Yeah,
Sarah Marie Brown
that on
says
with
grief.
Natalie there.
Grief.
Grief,
Doubt.
fear, hurt, scars. Okay, so
Well,
what if I had the power to click my finger and then say to you, from tomorrow, you're never going to suffer pain. You're never going to suffer insecurities. Natalie, you're not going to worry. Lisa, you're not going to have grief. Susan, you're not going to worry either. Sarah, you're not going to grief. Barbara, not going to have any doubt anymore. And Caroline, worry, and so forth. So from tomorrow, you're not going to have them. Think about right now, if I took that away from you. So Stace, let's start with you. If I took away pain from you right now, how would you think you would feel tomorrow?
I would feel like a big weight had been lifted off my shoulders.
Okay. Christine, if I
yeah.
said to you the same question, if I took away your insecurities, how would you feel tomorrow?
Feel, one less thing off my mind.
Okay. But you can't, because if I took away pain, grief, worry, heartache, pain, trouble, that's all emotion. So if I took that emotion away from you, how would you feel insecurity? How would you feel what it'd be like to love again? How would you feel that if you had no pain in your world, how would you know if you're hurting? How would you know if someone else is hurting from not losing you, not being around you, not calling you? You would never understand the word pain ever again. So you could never consult, you could never help people. because it's an emotion. Everything we do in our lives, everything we think about taking away, be it grief, be it worry, it's an emotion. And then you become a zombie. You will never learn. So how do you know that all that pain that you've had over the years, and then if someone else was suffering, how could you help them? How could you make them
You,
understand
you
that pain
couldn't,
is
could
just
you?
something there which you can overcome? No, you can't help anyone because an emotion is
Half
the
my
one of the
poems
most
wouldn't have been
fundamental
written
things.
if, yeah.
Precisely.
Half half my poems
Given
wouldn't have been written if
childbirth.
it wasn't for the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So given childbirth, for example, that even though you're going through that pain, but the love subsides it, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so with that, insecurities. So when you're not insecure, how do you know when you're feeling safe? How do you know when someone loves you, that you feel this unimaginable trust, this love that surrounds you by someone that makes you feel secure? Because you'll never feel it again because you don't want to feel it. Do you see what I'm trying
Barbara
to say
just
here?
asked
That we
how
can always wish for things.
Yeah.
Barbara just asked how does that work with doubt?
Okay, that's a good question. How does that work with doubt? Doubt is still a feeling, isn't it? Because we doubt
It
ourselves, we
is.
doubt what's going on, we question. So we start to feel inside. And all of a sudden, what will happen is when you start to doubt, and if there's been a situation around you, then you start to question yourself. And you start thinking, well, wait a minute, was that my fault? Did I say something wrong? You start to doubt what's going on, and then that becomes an emotion. Everything we see, everything we feel, everything we do is an emotion. Just imagine if you were blind and someone said to you, I want you to imagine a blue sky. How could you do it? Because the
Because
person don't know what blue is. But
no.
what if you just gave them something, said, okay, blue is also represent of a light color, but also represents coldness. Hold an ice cube. And they go, oh, that's a bit cold. That's an emotion. But just imagine that is a very light blue. What if I give you something that's very hot? Imagine red. Okay, well, this is like just put your hand underneath the hot water just for a couple of milliseconds. Oh, that's hot. Well, that's red. Doesn't always represent that, but you'll then work with an emotion. But you could say the blue sky is so beautiful. So then you could give someone the imagination of birds singing, the whistles of the trees, the nice warmth of their back. You can say that's summer. That represents blue skies. So that person with the blindness can then start to see,
They see it
and
in
that then
different
builds
ways.
an emotion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what I believe, what emotion is what we're here for, is that we should see things in different perspectives. And when I
Yes.
created the divine guidance cards, a lot of them's got in, I always ask, I say in a lot of my cards, introspection, because have to look at your world from a different angle. And if you can do that, you can then start seeing the possibilities of your life changing for the way you want it. And it all comes down to the fundamentals of emotion and love. And the first person you've got to love is yourself.
Barbara
And if
says
you
cold
start
is a
with that,
feeling. Sorry, go on,
yeah,
Mitch. I was
no,
just
no,
going to say,
yeah,
Barbara
it's
says
fine.
cold is a feeling, but for me, I'm going to argue that cold can also be an emotion. You can be very cold towards people, and people can be very cold towards you. So it's not just a feeling, it's also an emotion, I
Yeah.
believe, anyway. If we
We all
believe
have
that
our
we
own.
are, go on,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, let me just put, yeah, sorry, the comments are on auto.
Oh,
I was just going to read that last comment out.
uh,
If we believe that we are all an infinite spark of the divine power of the universe, then everything that we experience is a chance for the universe to experience itself. Oh, that's very deep.
It's a bit like Star Trek, isn't it? And the Borg.
Oh,
See,
Star
this is,
Trek.
I went, yeah, I went,
Getting into
I went to a
sci-fi
show
now.
I
yeah.
went to a show, an event not so long ago, a few years back now, I should say. And I was sitting and listening to the medium, and supposedly I say supposedly very loosely because I think it was absolutely awful and rubbish, but that's my opinion. Or someone who's supposedly in trance. They weren't. There's absolutely no way, in my opinion, anyway. And this individual turned around and said, when we all pass, all our conscious mind is shared to spirit. And then this individual said, just like the Borg on Star Trek, that when you pass, you get connected, and all your thoughts and all your memories and all your emotion is shared to every single person in the spirit world. Hence why they have all the answers. So then I turned around and said, well, if they have all the answers, can you tell me if there's aliens in the world? Because if there is, someone must have seen it, like the Roswell in 1947. They must have seen that. So then they probably passed by now. So then that memory is going to be passed on. And this person said, life is energy. They are all different beings. And I thought, yeah, you're talking out your backside. You have no idea. I've just caught you out, basically. So if that is the case, and if we have all conscious minds, and when we pass, then surely we should have all the answers of the universe. So why is it that we don't?
You think so?
Why isn't that these trance mediums coming in, giving us answers? Why can't they cure cancer? Surely there's somebody over there who knows how to. Surely spirit know how to do that. Maybe there is a cure, and the pharmaceutical company's not doing it. I've gone off on tangent, so I'm going to stop right there.
Or maybe it's
something
something
else.
we have to learn for ourselves.
Yeah.
Someone knows that.
Anyway.
Yes, we did go off on a bit of a tangent there, didn't we?
But never mind.
This is why you should never bring
mind.
me into a chat, for a chat, because I will just give my thoughts. And anyway, it is your show. I'll leave you to it, and I'll see you back to do
that brings us back to the colours about people seeing the rainbow colours of the gay pride parades and the gay pride message. All them rainbow colours. Why pick a rainbow? Why not, anything else? It's because it's bright, it's colourful. Is it a finger up to the Bible of God's promise that everything's going to be okay? Maybe. Who knows? If anybody can answer that question, I'd be interested to know.
About self-forgiveness, the old saying that forgiveness is easier to give to receive. What if you are trapped in a cycle where you cannot forgive yourself for your mistakes or circumstances? That's deep.
Comparing the colour blue to ice, which is a feeling, not an emotion.
No,
but a feeling is an emotion, isn't it?
Emotion.
If you're blind and you can't see the colour blue,
a feeling is an emotion. If I touch you and I feel you, that is an emotion. If I feel in love, that is an emotion. A feeling is an emotion because it makes your brain think, gives you your body adrenaline. It starts to say, this is the situation. It's a feeling. It's an emotion.
Every emotion gives you a feeling and vice versa, is what I'd say to that.
Yeah.
Because if you're blind and you can't see the colour blue, that feeling and that emotion would help you see what you perceive as the colour blue. It's down to perceptions again. Going back to the forgiveness statement.
That's deep. What if you're trapped in that cycle where you cannot forgive yourself for your mistakes or circumstances?
The easiest way to forgive yourself, in my personal opinion, and I've been through this myself, through circumstances of whatever, which I won't go into on here. But the way I did it was, did I know any better at the time? No, absolutely not. If I could go back and change it and change the way I did things, would I? Absolutely, yes, I would. But that's because I now have the gift of hindsight and I know the end results. Without the gift of hindsight, you can't really. Sometimes you have to take responsibility for your own actions and your own decisions that you make. but sometimes the decisions that you make and the actions you take are based on what you know in that moment, in that time, in that present time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you did what you did because you thought it was best at the time, or you said what you said because you felt it was the right thing to say at that time, without knowing where it was going to end up, as long as your heart is in the right place and you're not deliberately setting out to hurt anybody else, I think you can forgive yourself. And that is the way I forgive myself for a lot of things that have gone on in my past. Sometimes things were out of my control. Was it in your control? Was it out of your control? Did you have to rely on other people to make decisions for you?
Were they mistakes?
Case, you've got nothing to forgive yourself for, because that's other people's actions, and you're not responsible for the way other people behave, if that makes sense. So that's what I would say to that. What about you, Christy?
You see, saying about the cycle where you can give yourself for your mistakes, were they mistakes? I'm thinking, were they mistakes, or it was the thing that happened at the time and she's thinking it was a mistake?
That's it. Looking back, it was a mistake, but at the
now,
time, was it a mistake?
At the time, it might not have been a mistake, but she's thinking now, mistakes or circumstances. I would go, it's a circumstance rather than a mistake.
Yeah.
It was that, but she's thinking I made the mistake, and that's what called the circumstance. I don't think that. I think it was a circumstance rather than making the mistake.
Yeah.
If you're making mistakes, only you can correct yourself, because if it's you doing the mistakes, nobody else is involved.
That's how we learn.
That's how we learn the hard ways. My mum used to say to me, you make mistakes to learn the hard way. And that's all my mum always said that to me. And she still says it to me now, bless her soul. But I think she's right, because my granny used to say it, because that's where my mum got it from. She told her, and my granny said to me when I was about 14, in life you have to make mistakes to make your circumstances and yourself better.
Yeah, definitely.
Back on your mistakes rather than anything else.
Can I jump in on this?
Sometimes mistakes. Yeah, of course you can.
I don't want to take over your show. I did this last of my point. In psychology, there's certain steps that you have to, psychologists recognize when one has to forgive oneself. Okay, because you talk about circumstances and you talk about mistakes. Well, we do that every day. We say the wrong thing, we text something, and sometimes we just don't think because our lives are busy. And when you're in a circle of possibly doubt or misbelief in your situation, you're never going to learn from it, because what you have to do, as it goes back to that emotion, is the first thing. You're going to understand that what you are feeling through those mistakes and those circumstances. That's the first thing to recognize. And it's the first step to forgive yourself. The second step is to accept your responsibility for the actions that you've done for yourself and for others that you have affected. So you have to take that responsibility. Doesn't matter what happened, you need to take responsibility. Once you've done that and you've understood that responsibility, you've got to start treating yourself with compassion. You've got to start treating yourself with kindness. Because if you don't do that, you're going to go into a spiral, which you just go down further and further. We never want that. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep staying strong. But when you recognize that you start treating yourself with compassion, i.e., stop blaming yourself for what happened, because you cannot change it. You have to now go forward. You have to make those adjustments, not change, adjustments.
Yeah.
And then when you make those adjustments, you then start tripping into the remorse of the mistakes that you've done. And as you go into that circle, you'll then start apologizing to yourself for allowing yourself to go down that spiral, to say, I am not worthy. Apologizing to yourself is the first step, which is usually number 5 or number 6, I can't remember now. And when you do those steps, you can start realizing it was just something you have to learn. And that then leads on to number 6, is that, or was it 7? I can't remember, but anyway, is that once you then start apologizing to yourself, you will then learn from your past experiences. It's like when you hear people say, I've gone into a relationship and it always goes wrong, and it always seemed to be attracted by the same sort of people. And the problem you have with that is that you're not learning. You keep going back to the same individual who's very similar traits, and you're not learning from it, because what you're doing, you think, yeah, but I'm used to that. I like that. But you're not learning. So when someone else comes along in your world who's totally different, you think, oh no, that's not really my type. But that person could be the most beautiful person that's going to change your world. It's going to make you have a different outlook, a different viewpoint. And it's going to start loving you for who you are, for you to say, I'm here if you want me to talk to me about your life. Because they are interested and they want to make you the person you want to be. They have fallen in love with the person they see, not someone who is a fake, who is a fraud, someone who can control their emotions, reflect on their past, and say, this is what I've done. I can move on. You can't always move on with your life depending on what the situation may be, but you can learn to grow, to forgive yourself. And those 6 points are the most fundamental things in anybody's life: to look at the past, move forward, reflect on what you've done, learn, and go forward. But it starts with you. And those are the
Self-love.
6, 7 principles in psychology. If that helps anyone.
Exactly.
Thank
There you
you, Richard. Yeah. Self-love, a little bit of
Yes,
self goes a long way.
it does.
Yeah.
Self-love.
Love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, who's going to love you anyway?
Oh, I love myself. I stand in the mirror and go,
Well,
hey,
yeah, well, we know
beautiful.
you do.
Singing this song, I go, so get off. Yeah. But
Get
my
off.
mirror lies. I know that I'm only like 27. My mirror thinks I'm a lot older, so I don't want to listen to it.
27.
Trying to keep two people
Oh,
really
dear.
you know. Yes, Richard, 100% spot on. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's,
Well, not 100% spot on. It's just my viewpoint. I'm not saying I'm correct. It's just what I have
but no,
learned
you're right.
over the
It's
years
about
and what I
taking
understand.
responsibility and
Yeah.
self-reflection and forgiving yourself for, like you say, it depends on the circumstance or the mistake that you're talking about. 'Cause like you say, it's not easy to move on sometimes, but you can move on. You've just got to find a way of, like you say, showing yourself some compassion and forgiving yourself. Maybe you didn't know any better at the time, you know? It's all about being in the present moment. Was it a mistake?
Mm.
Like Christine said. So I totally agree with that. And this is, it goes back again about people's, a lot of gays back in the day, they had to hide themselves
Couldn't come out.
and they got treated horribly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they had to forgive themselves for being themselves. And it's like,
Everybody should be
no,
their self.
nobody should have to do that.
No.
We must put all the energy that we put into condemning ourselves and turn that into improving ourselves. Absolutely agree, Michelle. Absolutely
Yeah.
agree with that. If we spent half as much time forgiving ourselves and loving ourselves as we do criticizing ourselves, we'd all be confident, happy, not a care in the world kind of people, wouldn't we?
That's never going to happen, though, is it? You do it, someone, I mean, a lot of people are still going to think, you know, can't forgive themselves or
The way I see that, we have enough people around us condemning us for silly little things. We don't need to condemn ourselves. We've got other people doing that for us.
Yeah, that's true. Forgiveness is a big start to loving yourself. Even with what you endured, what wasn't your fault, you still need to forgive yourself.
Absolutely.
Actually, my big thing is love yourself. Start with loving you first.
And it goes back to the writing again. I can flog this to death, honestly. Writing is the ultimate healing power for me. It really is, because you write your emotions down. Write it all down, what you're trying to forgive yourself for. Write it down. Why can you not forgive yourself? Why do you think you shouldn't be forgiven? Why do you think you should be forgiven? Write it down. And then when you read it back, you'll be able to see a pattern, and you'll be able to see why you need to forgive yourself and why it's important for you to do that to be able to move forward. Right, whether it be a journal, a diary, whether it be poetry, whether it be a story, even if you're writing it in the third person, take yourself, write it from a different perspective if you can. Write it all down and read it back. You'd be surprised how much healing power comes out of it, whether it's inspired by your heart, whether it's inspired by
He's singing again.
situations around you, situations within you. Who's that just said they come out? Sorry?
Tina.
Tina.
Well done. Tina Gray.
Tina Gray.
Yeah.
Good for you, Tina. There's nothing better than being yourself. Why should you have to hide who you truly are? It's ridiculous. It is, honestly. Even some people don't understand it though. Well,
yeah.
See, is that down to ignorance?
I think the older generation were brought up completely different to what
they were, and it's ignorance. And ignorance isn't an excuse for judging people. I'm sorry, it's not. I mean, we all judge people, myself included. We all judge people, but most of the time, from what I'm learning as I'm developing myself, is we judge people when we don't understand, when we're uneducated.
Yes. If you don't understand something, you're going to go against it rather than with it.
Exactly. You see a mother and a child in the street and they're having a bit of a battle because the child's being unruly and disruptive. The first thing people do is judge the mother. They don't think, oh my God, what is wrong with that child? Or there must be something wrong with the child for him to be like that poor mother. They judge her for the opposite. Like, why can't she control her kid? And it's wrong. It's the same with, how can you love somebody that's your own gender? Well, why not?
Why not?
Where is the law that says that love is exclusive to one gender?
My son,
it's not.
Yeah, look, Lisa Bennett says, my son's gay and I love him regardless. I've blossomed the fact he's gay. He's amazing and a super gentleman.
Oh, that's lovely.
Lovely, Lisa.
Very lucky boy.
Nobody should be put down for who they want to love and who they want to be with.
No.
For the opposite sex.
Exactly.
Everybody should be their own person and be them.
Exactly, but not everybody has supportive. We do put animals down for lovers, which is just said. But not everybody has a supportive parent like Lisa's son, so he's a lucky boy. He's got that supportive network there, clearly. And I've always said the same to my kids. I don't care whether you're gay, straight, bi, or bright blue, pink with yellow dots on. You're my child, and I love you no matter what. As long as you don't hurt anyone, break the law, bring drugs to my house. But even if they did that, I wouldn't stop loving them. I'd help them as much as I could. It's the same with everything. You're supposed to be there for your kids.
Yeah.
When you know better, you can do better. Exactly.
If not your kids, a relative, like my cousin. Be there for a relative. It doesn't have to be your child. It can be a cousin, or uncle, or anything, aunt, or anything. Just
like I just said, when you know better, you can do better. But you can only, and that is a big part of forgiving yourself. You have to look back and say, did you know any better? Could you have done it differently? Would you do it differently now, looking back on it? And that for me is a big part of how I managed to forgive myself, because there was a lot of things that went on that I had no control over, that I couldn't help, that I couldn't change.
Me too.
So, Rita says, my son is gay and I'm so proud of him caring. Oh, that's lovely, Rita.
Oh, that's lovely. The church taught people, is it exactly, Mandy? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation, I think, and a very controversial one. So we're going to go for a break, everybody. Let you know what's up and coming on sptv. So check out what's on, and we will see you in a few minutes.
Introducing the SPTV app, your digital spiritual guide, for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the clairs and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. Delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more, available for free on the SPTV app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
Are you looking for some spiritual love or relationship guidance? If so, then join Jennifer Rose tonight from 8 p.m. Our midweek mediumship readings start from 6 p.m. tomorrow with David Hale.
Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, our popular show, Live with Spirit, offers the opportunity for different readers each week to demonstrate their psychic and mediumship abilities.
We're back.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. So join us at 8 o'clock this evening for the lovely Jennifer Rose. We'll give some lovely readings, relationship readings. And Tina says some older generation don't understand ADHD and autism. No, because it never existed. I mean, if my brother was a child now, he would probably get diagnosed with ADHD, in all honesty, because he was completely hyperactive. And I think a lot of the kids were back then. It just wasn't recognised. A lot of things weren't recognised back then. But anyway, changing the subject. Thank you for your participation, everybody.
We're shuffling our cards.
Just shuffling our cards, and we're going to do a few readings. Now, I work with cards and I also work with spirit. If spirit pop in, I will let you know, but I can't guarantee it. And Christine, what are you going to be doing?
Well, you know as it goes, Stace. I work with cards, but if they want to come in, they don't hang about.
Hello, my lovelies. Yeah, that was rubbish. Richard doing his Mrs. Doubtfire impression.
Yeah.
Right, so let's go through some names and let's see
Roll them,
who's been interactive tonight. While Tina's up, I'll give Tina a card. Just leave it on Tina for a second, please. Okay, let's have a look. Tina, let's see what card we get for you today, my lovely. Well, I think that's awesome. You've come out. Well done, girl. Well done.
I like that profile picture. Very calming.
Beautiful, isn't it? Very calming.
Mm.
I see.
Exactly, Tina. Exactly. Self-love.
Right. Oh, you've got a beautiful card. You've got the pathway.
I like that.
You've got the pathway card, my darling. So this is all about, I feel like you've been questioning whether you're doing things right, whether you're on the right pathway. And I want to say to you, is you've got the light there at the end of the pathway, which for me is support from spirit. So I do feel that in terms of your spiritual journey, you are on the right pathway and you're starting to explore more and delve a little bit deeper into your spiritual journey. Let me know if that makes sense. You've got the little butterflies there, as you can see, and that's all about transformation. So I do feel that you've come a long way, and you've just said about coming out, and this is part of your transformation. I feel like you've had some dark troubles in the past. you've been a little bit down. Don't want to go down the depression route, but you've kind of almost hit that bottom level. But you've come out of that now, and the butterfly is all about the caterpillar sitting in the dark and transforming itself to be able to be this beautiful butterfly in the shining light again. And this is yourself. You've also got lots of trees around you at the moment in this card, which to me is about the support that you have around you at the moment. So I do feel that you've got a really good support network around you in terms of friends and family. You're very rooted, you're very grounded, you know exactly what you're doing. There is a little bit of purple in this card. I'm seeing lavender, so I do know that there's a little bit of healing that you're needing at the moment. So I'll send you lots of love and healing to do with that. I feel very tired. I feel very kind of, I wouldn't say run down exactly, but I feel very lethargic, and I feel this is where the healing is needed, is for your energy. Lavender also for me represents sleep, so I do feel that there's a lack of sleep around you at the moment. Now you've got the number 35 card. 5 and 3 is 8. 8 is hang on, January, February, March, April, May, August. So I do know that August is significant to yourself as well. Would you understand a lady in spirit that had problems with memory? Because I nearly forgot what I was saying then and forgot who I was talking to. And I do feel that a lady has come down from the spirit world, and I feel like this is a mum figure, and I feel like she had memory problems, not necessarily Alzheimer's or dementia, but it's almost like she'd be in the middle of a sentence and then she'd suddenly look like she was off in a world of her own and completely forget what she was talking about. Let me know if that makes sense, my darling, please. You can take August. Thank you for that confirmation. But yeah, you have the beautiful butterflies. I'm also seeing something I haven't seen in this card before, and I'm seeing a deer in the shadows. And a deer for me is about observing, and it's about coming out of the shadows and showing confidence and leading. It's about being a leader. So I do feel that you're ready now to take a leading role with the younger ones that are around you at the moment. I don't know if you're a parent or a grandparent, but I do feel this is to do with family. And I feel like there's a couple of little ones that need your help at the moment, that need your advice, and it's only something that you can do. Thank you for that confirmation, my sweet. All right, but it's a beautiful card. You're on the right path. You're doing everything right, my darling. Okay, so keep following that pathway. There's a few twists and turns there, but nothing to worry yourself over. So you might hit a few little bumps, as you can see. It's a little bit rocky. So yeah, so just take care, but you're on the right path. There's a few little bumps, like I say, and a few twists and turns to get through, but you are more than capable. And yes, it's your mum. Okay, well, mum's just come down to give you the love and the healing. And you felt her touch your hair at night and stroke your hand at night. It's like you felt a tickle on your hand, but you've not realised what it was. This is your mum trying to soothe you, to get you to sleep. And I feel this is something she would have done with you as a child, just like rub the back of your hand to try and get you to sleep when you had trouble sleeping as a child. Again, let me know if that makes sense to you, my darling. But that's all I can say. You're on the right path. You've been given the healing from spirit to help boost your energy levels up. And I want to give you some ginger tea as well, because I do feel there's a little bit of stomach issues going on. Ginger tea solves everything stomach related. I swear by it. It'll stop you feeling sicky. You've took them under your wing. Fantastic. That's where the leadership role comes in, and that's where I'm seeing the younger ones. All right, my darling, so I'll leave that with you, and thank you for working with me, and keep doing what you're doing. And well done again for coming out.
Can I just add something?
Can I?
Itchy nose, to me, that means someone's trying to stick their sticky beak into your business, Tina. Tell them to go and do one, okay? That's all I've got for you, darling. Nothing else. Just, I know when as soon as Stace started talking to you, and that my itchy nose come on, and now it's going because I've told you. They're trying to stick their sticky beak into your business. Just tell them where to go, okay? And congratulations on coming out. Super proud. You made the
Right,
gateway.
next.
Next, please, Richard. I buried my mum yesterday. I'd love anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Mandy. Serena, hello, my darling. Hope you're well. Sure turn, Christine says.
No, I'm reading. Please. So they're all asking for. Next, there you go. Sarah Michelle Harris. I have a card if you guys have time, please. Called Michelle. Right, and now these are my. I'll put them. Use this for divine animal oracles. I'm using. But
Very nice.
My fairy ones are at hand. Right, Michelle. Let's see what you get. Give me a good old shuffle. Don't drop them like Richard does his. Right then. You have the chameleon. Ooh, that brings a song to me. Chameleon. Isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Right, so saying here, Michelle, change is a natural part of life. So resistance is futile. Oh, now what am I getting from this? What's he telling me? Change. Yes, because chameleons change their colour to where their surroundings. There's a big change. There's a change you're thinking about. It's not coming. You're thinking about a change, Michelle, but you're not sure if it's the right thing to do at this precise moment. And in the background there's a village of little house. Yes, the round houses. So what I'm thinking is it's going around and around in your mind, this change is going to possibly happen, but you're not 100% sure. You love that song. Well, thank you. So, yes, I agree. I get that. Okay. It's to me the houses are saying that, as I said, you're going around in circles about this change that could happen, but you're not sure if you want it to happen. I hope that's making sense. Anyway, there's a lady sitting on top of this chameleon, and she has got a crown on. You are totally your own person. You know what you want. So when this change appears, go for it. Don't worry what other people are thinking. It says ride the energies of change and know where you are going. So once you've got to set your goals. When this change comes along, set your goals and just go for it, because you're going to be, whatever you're going to do, you're going to be great. Ride the energies of change, then fear will lessen. It's not always wise to just blend in with everyone. Exactly as everyone else's flexibility. That, as I was saying to me, you give in to people a lot. They come to you, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? You're saying, yeah, of course I can. I'll be there at their time, there at that time. If you're not there at the time, they're ringing or texting you, say, where are you, Michelle? I need you. I need your help. No. Think of number one, as we've been talking about tonight, self-love. Love yourself, darling. Get yourself on this. And when that change happens, it's going to be great. It's do not take too long to make your decision. There you go. Yes, it is. You do so much for other people, don't you, Michelle, that you just haven't got time to do it for yourself. Whatever this change is going to be, take it and go for it. Okay, you get it. Thank you very much. Just take the bull by the horns, is my saying, and go for it, girl, because don't let anybody else change your mind. You stick to what you do and you will be your own queen, like this lady riding the chameleon that she's got a crown on. Stand proud. Do it your way. And when the change comes, you won't regret it, okay? And I hope that's good for you. Thank you for working with me, Michelle. Over to you, Miss Stace.
Very good. Well done.
Thank you.
Next.
Next, please.
Scrolling, Richard.
I tried to help. Yeah, I think you're helping too many people, my darling. look after another one. As we said, self-love. Stroud.
Hi, Alison. Serena. Let's
That's a
sit with
nice
Serena
name.
for a second. It's an unusual name. Hello, my darling. Hope you're well. Let's see what card we get for you, my darling. Okay. As I'm shuffling the cards, I've got a gentleman come down from the world of spirit, and I feel this gentleman would have had issues with his throat and issues with cough, and I almost feel like I've got something stuck in my throat and I'm having to cough constantly. Let me know if you understand this gentleman, please. I do feel he's on a grandfather figure, so I do believe this is granddad or somebody who was like a granddad to you. Let me know again if that makes sense. I do feel Grandad had a bit of a croaky voice when he spoke towards the end of his life as a result of whatever was going on with his throat. I do feel it's almost like I don't want to go down the cancer route, but I feel like I've got like a lump in my throat that I can't shift. Let me know if you understand that, please, with Grandad. Yes, it does. Thank you for that confirmation, my sweet. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Grandad why he's come. He's wanting me to pull a card. Okay, take the top one. You've been on a bit of a journey, my darling. You've been on a bit of a journey and you're carrying on a journey. Now, when I look at this card, I'm seeing the boxes and the bags, and I'm seeing the gentleman stood there. Now, Grandad's telling me you're being a little bit indecisive about which direction you want to go, and I want to go. This is with a career change or a job change or something. There's a change that you're wanting, but you're being really indecisive about. You're not sure whether to go it or whether to not. Now, what I want to say to you is this has been causing you a lot of emotion because I'm seeing the steam come from the train, but I'm seeing it as water, and the water is going onto the tracks and flooding the tracks, so the train can't move forward. It's going to have to go backwards. So what I want to say to you is look back on the past, look back on what you've achieved so far and how you've achieved it, and this will help you make a decision as to whether or not you can move forward with taking a leap of faith into another sector, if you like, of your life. You've got the number 10. So the number 10 for me is about new beginnings. So this is a yes card. So whatever changes you want to make, this is a yes card. Make them changes and it will give you new beginnings. Yes, it'll be emotional for you, but it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, my darling, you've got the red, which is the strength on the steam train. You've got the red, and that represents strength and represents passion. So whatever this is, you have the strength to carry it on and move forward. But I feel like you don't think you do. I don't feel like you give yourself enough credit. I don't feel like you're self-deprecating. I don't feel it's like that, but you don't give yourself enough credit as to what you've achieved and how strong you really are inside. And I'm seeing the smoke come from the steam train, and it's almost like once you've made this change, all your energy and your passion and your get up and go will come back, if you like. I feel like you've lost a lot of get up and go at the moment, especially with confidence. But you've got the protection there of the ceiling of the train station. You've got the protection there. So I do know you have spirit watching over you, and this gentleman is watching over you as well. He's telling me to mention the locket. So somewhere there was a locket left, either for yourself or with somebody in the family, but you'd know where this locket is. Thank you for that confirmation. And this locket was, I know it's cliche, but this locket was silver and it's in the shape of a heart, and it's got a little pattern on the front of the heart, and as you open it up you can put 2 photos in it. So again, you would know where this locket is. Granddad's telling me you need to believe in yourself believe in yourself, not just say it, but actually believe it, because other people are telling you that you are capable and that you've got this and you've got that, but you're just not believing it at the moment. You're repeating back to them, yes, I know I'm stronger than what I am, yes, I know, I realize this, I realize that, but you're not actually believing it, my darling. You need to believe it deep down, okay? But these changes that are coming in, it's all positive. It's all positive. You've just got to look back on the past, look at where you've come from, look at what you've achieved, and look ahead and see what else you can achieve and how you can achieve it from learning from the past. Okay, my darling, I hope that helps you, and I'll leave Granddad's love with you, and thank you for working with me. Not sure about the locket. Just remember I've given it to you, my dear. It could be symbolic, but I have a funny feeling that I do have a feeling that this locket is within the family somewhere. And it's got 2 black and white photos in it, one on each side, one of a woman, one of a man. Okay, so somebody somewhere will have that locket. You're very welcome, my darling.
I'm smiling. I'm smiling, Stace, because upstairs, to kept it here when she moved out, is my mum's jewellery box. And in that jewellery box is a silver locket. There's a pattern on the front, and inside it's my mum and my stepdad.
Oh, nice.
That's why I was smiling when you was talking about it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's upstairs. Amongst other things of hers, bless her.
Right, well, you're up, my darling.
Yep, done then, Richard. There's more names, please. You spirit. Can I go to Kim Terma? Who are we on, please? Hi, Kim. I don't throw my cards in the full card for you. Right, there we go. No? All right, okay. You have, well, back to fairies, look, friendship. And now, let's have a look. You have 3 fairies. There's one sitting on the ground, which I would imagine, and there's 2 looking over. And it's got the colour purple around them. So I feel somewhere in your friendship, you've got a friendship ring. Someone needs a little bit of healing at the moment. Not you, but one of your friends. It's purple to me is healing. And the one that's sitting on the floor is actually got purple wings. And she, oh, what are you? It's a wagtail. It's a bird. Well, I think it's a wagtail. Looks like a wag. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's a little wagtail. And she's holding her hand out and she's offering it food. And I feel like you're, to me, I'm picking up, you hold your hand out to this friend who needs a healing, but she won't take it. She won't take your advice. She just said, no, I'm okay. I'm okay, honestly. I'm fine. But you know she's not fine. And this one sense of the little younger fairy that's sitting on the ground is one of the younger front. Don't take this the wrong way. The younger one sitting on the ground is your a younger friend, but she won't take the help and advice of this. There's something wrong. She's a tiny bit of healing, but she just won't take it. Now there's 2 fairies standing over her, and they are holding. One's got her hands like that. So she's that it could be that in despair, or she won't take our healing, she won't take our advice. And the other one's holding her hands in shape of a heart of love. Everything seems to be around love tonight, doesn't it? I'm sensing that it's you and some other friends are trying your hardest to help this person out, but she just won't take it from you. Around the ground is blue. Blue gives me not a cold feeling, it gives me warm feeling. So one of the fairies standing up is trying to give her warmth. And that's the one that's doing the love sign. So she's trying to give you the love sign. She's doing love and warmth, that one. And it says here, fairies and humans alike need friends. And I'm sensing this friend who needs a tiny bit of healing, Kim, doesn't think she needs her friends at the moment. I'm feeling that she's trying to push you aside, but you're trying to help her so much that in the end, you're just going to say, sorry, we can't do anymore. Now is the time to seek out those who will support. You're going to be her support, but she's not taking it, Kim. Oh, I know who that is. Oh, thank you. I know who will support and encourage you. I feel you're trying to encourage her. She needs, I'm feeling this friend needs a lot of encouragement on something. It's a journey. Well, I'm not saying it's you're going anywhere. Maybe it's on her spiritual journey or a journey of a new job or something else in her life. But she's one of these people, as I was saying, won't take your advice, and she needs a little bit of healing so she can carry on what she wants to do, but she's just not listening to you. And it says, fulfill your dreams. Well, you will fulfill your dreams, but Kim, this friend, how can I put it? This friend's not going to take your advice, my love. I just feel that she's so deep in herself, and she doesn't think anybody can help her do anything for her. You're trying your hardest, and there's another friend with you that's trying. It's the other fair. I think it's you that's just hold her hand as she's going into. Just hold her hand as she's going into the unknown. Yeah, okay. And I think it's the fairy I've got on my card, the one that's doing I can't do the heart shape. She's doing the heart shape with her hand. I think that's you. That's what you do to her. You're trying to show her some love and affection and some healing as a friend, but she just keeps pushing you away. All I can say, I know you're going to do this anyway, Kim. You just got to be there for her, my love. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. And your other friend, the other fairy, another friend is someone that was putting her hands like this and thinking, I don't want to hear this. How can we help her? She's not listening. And I think that's why, she's standing like that. She's covering her ears so she can't hear her saying, I don't need to help. Just remember, how much love you give and help you give to your friends, don't forget about yourself, Kim, okay? I'll go back to my saying, self-love all the way, okay? You can help your friends as much as you like, but if they're not going to take the advice and they don't want the healing, there's not much else you can do, is there? That's all I've got to say, I'm afraid. I mean, I just hope that she listens to you, because I just feel she needs to understand there is people out there trying to help her, okay, to help her on this new journey, or as you're saying, she's going into the unknown. She just needs a little push and a bit of healing. But she's a hard one. I'm feeling she's a hard one, because it's making it hard for me to describe how she must feel. Yes, I'll try and look after herself. Let's say do that, Kim, because if you burn yourself out, you can't help her. So all I can say is just be there for her. As you say, hold her hand to the unknown. But I just feel this friend's not going to take any notice, but she will. She will in the end. Okay? And I hope that's okay for you. And thank you for working with me.
Yay. Another beautiful message. And I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. I can't believe how quick it's gone.
Yes, I'll try it. Yeah. Look after yourself first. Yeah.
It's gone really quick.
Hasn't it?
So I want to thank everybody for watching and joining in. Oh, to the loveliest ladies on TV. Oh, you'll make a girl blush. Go on, Phil. Thank you for watching, and thank you to everybody for watching and supporting SPTV. Don't forget, we are on all social media. You can check out the directory, the online magazine on sptv.uk. Don't forget, we also have the app. If you haven't already got it, why not?
And we're on TikTok.
And we're on TikTok as well, yeah. So make sure you give us a follow and a a like on TikTok. Good news about the cards. There's only 19 packs left. So if you haven't already purchased a pack, you best be getting in touch with Richard to get them before they go, because they are going pretty quick. All right. So make sure you dab into them, because they are limited edition. There won't be another pack like it, and they are what Richard's created for SPTV. So I've got mine coming tomorrow. Yay! Can't wait. So we will see you next time. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Have a great evening or rest of your day, or wherever you are in the world. And stay safe.
Yep.
And we will say good night.
Good night,
From
everybody.
me.
And for
good
me.
night from,
Oh,
and good night from Richard as well.
yeah, and Richard, yeah.